We are live. What's going on? Who do we have here? Anybody coming? We're gonna do a little walk today, do a little recap of our, hey, there's Kimberly, first up to bat. What's going on, Mike? Jayhawk Mike, Rock Chalk buddy. Cheryl D's here, how you doing? Boy, we got some of the VIPs coming in early. Cheryl with the 2 stories. I am in the snow again. I'm back to, but you know what? The temperature got up to, it's like 31, no wind, so heat wave for me. I'm loving it, but I was loving Arkansas and Texas and all that. Ashley's here, what's going on? Lars, hey Lars, how you doing? I'll let a few more folks come here. Dawn from North Carolina. Now they're coming, here they come. Boy, all of a sudden you guys like do a big rush. I love it. Hi from Georgia, D says. How's it going, D? Serenity Sue's here. All right. Got about 100 people now, so we can start walking. We are gonna start walking here. Let's see. Okay. New York, Mississippi. Where are y'all from? Kansas? Just came out of Kansas. Hey, from Georgia, I'm coming to Georgia very soon, next month. I'm gonna be, I was telling you all, Georgia, the Carolinas. I might get into the north end of Florida. What a wonderful day it is. How's the picture? I've got 5 bars, so it should be pretty good. Chris, hello from New York. We got North Carolina. I don't know if I'm gonna get to North Carolina. We'll see how the temperatures are in February. I know South Carolina will probably be okay. In Georgia, I used to golf in Georgia in the winter a few times. Reynolds Plantation, not far from Augusta. So I know the weather can be there. So listen, you guys, we got 241 people here. I'm gonna start walking. First announcement. Tina is our new moderator. Thanks, by the way. I gotta scroll up to see who left some cashola. Greg, thanks for the $5. Tina's on board. Everybody say hey to Tina. The channel's growing. We need more help. So Tina's gonna save us. No pressure, Tina. Tina's awesome, and we have everybody else as we've always had. So, all right, let's get the walk going and let's catch up on stuff. Now, before I forget, in addition to announcing that Tina is with us, I wanted to, a couple of things. The book, Remembering Ella, and we had Nita Gould, the author, has reached out to me and asked me if I could tell all you guys she's so happy and excited the response of buying the book. She's wanted to also tell you that they're out of books and they are gonna get more, so be patient. It's an awesome book. I told you guys I read it, and it has so much information. So much more information than I was able to tell in those 20 minutes. You know, I only have 20 minutes. Thank you, Dylan, for the $5. I have to take my glove off every time if I don't see it. And the other thing I wanted to just mention, hey, Reddy, what's going on? Thanks for coming. I was at, with Serenity Sue on her live, and really some horrible news that came out of Ireland. I think it happened yesterday, but there was a murder. And you know, we have murders, but you know, it just shows you Ireland, it's the whole country is up in arms. It's one of those kind of murders. The young woman's name was Aisling, that's A-S-H-L-I-N-G, not Ashley, Aisling Murphy. And I was in the live with Serenity Sue, and this is just a terrible story. I don't know how to even tell you, but she was a first grade teacher, a primary school teacher. She played the violin, a beautiful Irish woman. I forget what county she was from, but she was jogging. This happened yesterday or maybe the day before. She was jogging on this path along the canal that everybody uses. It has a lot of traffic, and she was murdered. I think it was called I can't remember the name of the path. I'll think of it, but it was a well-used path and pretty safe. And some guy just came out of the woodwork. No details other than they had a suspect come in. They cleared him, but they have another suspect, and there's looks like a mountain bike, black and green, that may have been used by the perpetrator. Anyway, there's going to be a lot. So just want to say from the United States, and for all of us at Faces Forgotten, reaching out to you guys, to Ireland, we sending our condolences, sending our prayers for you guys. I know this has really racked you as a country, so we're with you. We got your back. And thanks, DNR, for the $10. We got your back, and let's just see how this unfolds, and let's pray that they catch this perpetrator. And my gosh, a life taken, a talent, beautiful woman. This is just a terrible world sometimes. It's just heartbreaking. So I wanted to say that. But this walk today, we'll just kind of walk along, just kind of want to recap the trip and see what you guys are up to and what you're thinking. We had a pretty epic week. I can't believe it. I planned to go for 2 weeks, a week and a half, and in just over a week, I got 9 episodes done. It was really fun. And Arkansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, back up through Oklahoma, Kansas. What a great bunch of states we have. 52 and sunny in the middle of Texas, Tricia says. Yeah, I was probably coming by your area. I was only able to hit, Pearl, thanks for the $20. I was only able to, that's very generous. I was only able to really hit, this time, you know, getting my feet wet, first time in Dallas, and then I got down to Austin. And those episodes are all going to come out next week. Starting, well, tonight we're Arkansas still, and then we're going to get into Texas early in the week. Then we're late in the week, Austin. We're gonna close it out in Texas. Next week's going to be, you can call it Texas week. May is in Oklahoma. Yeah, things sure changed in the last couple of days, huh? Yeah, Reddy, there is tons, and thanks for mentioning that, because it reminds me, I want to tell you all, I wanted to get down to Houston, and I've already got a story what's between Houston and Dallas. What the heck is the name of the town? Come on, it's on the tip of my tongue. There's a story there that I have to do. Then I'm going to head down to Houston next time. And then I'm gonna go down, I gotta do West Texas. So I haven't covered any of the West Texas. I have some stories. No, Austin, south of Austin towards Houston. What's the next big town down there? I don't know why I can't think of it. No, south of Austin. No, not Fort Worth, that's Dallas. San Antonio, Lady Jane. You win the prize, thank you. Yeah, San Antonio. There's a woman there who lost her husband. He was murdered. And we know that people have to know who did it, and I'm hoping that we can figure that out. But we want to visit his grave and get the word out. I grew up in Kansas, and says 34 degrees in Edmonton. Well, that's got to be a heat wave up there. Storm warning, okay. Wales, we got Wales. Robin, no, I left Arkansas almost a week ago. We're at I'm back home in Chicago right now. Crazy Bee is late. Well, I'm glad you made it at least. Great to see ya. Hello from Pennsylvania. Tommy the Cat must be prowling around here. I keep seeing his name come up. 30s in Tulsa. Yeah, I went through Tulsa on my way I was gonna go to Coffeyville. And funny enough, I was talking to Reddy. We were chatting, and he was giving me some great recommendations in Oklahoma. I was very generous to just, YouTuber to YouTuber. We have pretty good connection. And we're talking about doing a live sometime, dueling lives. Actually, we'll just do it on your channel, Reddy. We'll just do it on your channel in your hometown. You'll be the host. You just got to buy me breakfast. How's that? Hello from Dallas. Vanessa Orr, what's going on? 20 in Vermont. I miss Vermont, man. That was fun getting out there doing those Vermont stories. Oh my gosh. Well, we got a beautiful day in Chicago. Hey, Deborah, $20. Thank you so much. All going to a great cause, those gravestones. I don't think we're going to get Little Feller's gravestone before next spring because I think I told you guys it is in, but they put the foundation in the wrong place and they won't let me see it. I want to see the headstone. I want to see the oval picture. That's what I'm most excited about, is we got him that oval picture, but we'll wait. We'll be patient. So what else? What else is going on? Oh, I know the other thing I wanted to tell you guys, and I did a post on it. Thanks, Linda, for the $5. So there's a guy named Jack Mord, M-O-R-D. He's the guy that owns, he's Thanatos Archive. I think that's how to pronounce it. And he is a viewer and he's a friend. So him and I have been chatting. I thought I'd give him a shout out. I did a post, I think yesterday. Hey, Serenity, €5, thank you. And I told him that I'd give him a shout out and he put his website. He's got a YouTube channel too. Check out his YouTube channel. I put the links in the post. And if I remember, I'll put the links back here. Once this is done tonight, when I get back to the description box, I can put some stuff in. Yeah, so isn't that pretty cool? Met the guy. I just heard about it a few months ago, those post-mortem memento mori pictures. I love those pictures. I know you guys do too. South Georgia has become Chicago, windy of the South. I hate the wind. Do you know why I hate the wind? Because I'm a seaplane pilot, and when you have big winds, it's like really stressful when you're on the water trying to maneuver the top-heavy airplane, especially in a bigger plane. Oh man, I hate the wind. I don't know, I love calm days, but I don't mind the cold. Hit the bell, Kimberly says. What's ZC? Freezing in Toronto. Well, yeah, you guys in Canada, you're like Chicago. Hey, how's Dublin? Hey, is that Whitdocs I see? What's up, man? It's so cool to see you here. That's another good channel. He's just Whitdocs from Kentucky. You got to check his channel out, Whit. And he's got some great stuff, a lot of good history. And you know what I'm gonna say? I am gonna say that he is, like, in my mind, like Rhett, stand-up guys. Just stand-up guys. You can just tell they got good heart and they got good intentions and they tell good stories and go to cool places. But for me, stand-up guys. That's what's most important. Credibility, man. And I'm blessed that you guys are all here watching, hanging out with me. So we're just wandering here at the cemetery. Maureen, $10 for Maureen. Shout out to Maureen. Sunday night premiere, Maureen, is going to be the story that you suggested. And I'll just tell you guys now, it's Chris Kyle, the American Sniper. And I got to tell you, I got choked up talking about that story. Yeah, well, it's a really good, oh man, Austin. The weather was, I was at Texas State Cemetery, did 2 stories there, including Chris Kyle. And it is the most beautiful place. I got little Jimmy in the air. You are gonna love it. Hello from the Netherlands, what's going on? That's, how do you say your name, Aneka? Netherlands, are you in Amsterdam? Where are you in the Netherlands? Yeah, we got a good group of cemetery channels, right? I think it's all like getting bigger and bigger. Cheryl, $20. Tonight's episode, shout out to Cheryl. She had the idea on Rooster Cogburn, and she had the idea on tonight's episode that I did on Mina. And by the way, oh man, you got to hear my soapbox on this. You guys are gonna laugh, but I got to tell you, this pronunciation thing. Ready? and wit docs. I don't know if you guys get this, but when I go to a town, I don't just look at YouTubes. This is what I do. I look at YouTubes. I'm in the car. I'm like, I got to pronounce the town correctly, even though I think, like when I did Sergeant York, right? It's pronounced completely different. You get it wrong. And then like Natchez City, oh, somebody just sent me money. Natchez City, when I did Dandelion, $5, thanks. When I did Natchez City, I was like, Natchez, like matches, like striking matches. I was so careful, and people still comments like, you didn't say it right. So Mina, and so I'm doing that Parsons family, right? I'm doing that, and I go Missouri, and I kind of laugh. Thank you, Irene. $10, and I go Missouri. And I'm having fun, you know. It's like Missouri. I know it's Missouri. Thanks, Mark. $5. I know it's Missouri. You know it's Missouri. I know it's Missouri. And they're like, you said it wrong. It's Missouri. And I'm like, well, let me tell you something. I'm a Jayhawker, and when we play against you guys, it's not even Missouri, it's Mizzou. It's like, good Lord, no matter what you say, there's always people, oh, you pronounced it wrong. I had in that episode, in the middle of the episode, I mean, give me a break. I'm walking, just like telling a story, and I didn't say the correct, thanks, $10, Intrepid Frady Cat. I love that title. I didn't pronounce, you know, when you're like writhing in pain, W-R-I-T-H-I-N-G, I think it is. It's not writhing, it's writhing, or it's like, really? Anyway, I'm just like reading the comments laughing. I don't know if you guys get that, or am I the only one that just can't speak English and have to be taught how to speak English? Anyway, enough on that. I just thought that was a funny, I had to do a little rant on that. I was thinking about that yesterday, guys. It's like, I gotta tell you guys that. Yeah, don't say where I'm at. It does look like probably, but I just don't say where I'm at. Hey, thanks, D, $5. Taking you on a nice walk here, and I just want to kind of be anonymous here. Hey, Ron, you need to come. I should just take my gloves off here. Hey, Ron, you need to come to Des Moines, Iowa, Woodlawn. Okay, keep that in mind. Susanna, $5, thank you. Wit says, I get corrected quite a bit. Yeah, I know, there's no avoiding it. And we do get a thicker skin. I can tell you when I first started the channel, these comments, once you start getting bigger, you just get these nasty, and then I was kind of taking it personally, but now I just laugh and just delete block, but it's just a segment of our population. There's nothing you can do about it. Clark Broge, thanks for remembering long lost relatives. Oh yeah, $5. Hopefully you get over it. Hey, the Daga, $20. Thank you. You gotta, you know, if anyone lives near that, remember Ella Barnum, and that's another one. They're correcting the author. They're correcting me on how to pronounce the name. And Nita Gould responded, no. This is how it's pronounced. So way to go, Nita. But again, those of you just joined us, Nita Gould ran out of books remembering Ella, so there are more on the way. You guys all like went nuts and started ordering those books. It's so cool. Of all the books I've read and I'm recommending, that is probably the most intriguing one. Oh, I gotta tell you too, there is, and I didn't want to mention it and of course show it. Thank you, Bjorn Dahl, $45, is that? Wow, no, it says DKD or something. What is that? DKK 45? What does that mean? What country is that? So there is a picture in the book, remembering Ella, you know, the Ella Barnum story we did in, and it's Harrison. Actually, it's not Olvie, I guess. Find a Grave said Olvie. See, there you go. You just can't trust, you got to cross-reference. But she told me that, she reminded me that in the book there is a picture of where Ella's body and all the men are standing over. She's laid out at the cemetery on a table, and she's in pieces, and you can see her. It's so sad. Her face is really like crushed in. and you can see her hair, and you can just, she looks like she's wrapped in white or something, and you can see the pieces like she's just laying there. It's really, but the book has all kind, I mean, in 20 minutes, how much could I really tell of the story? Denmark, okay, cool. Is that where is that DKK? Is that Denmark? Very cool. Let's go this way. What do we got? There's so much to look at here. Hey, Jesse Bree, good to see ya. Krona, redheaded tsunami, Krona, that's Krona? What's Krona? I've heard of it. Is that Middle Eastern? I don't know, or is that, where is that? What's Krona, guys? I watched this man for 7 hours straight. Big man plays. Yeah, don't binge too much. Be careful. But yeah, now I've got some content. I think I have over 200, well over 200 episodes. So, Krona is, oh wait, I gotta scroll back, hold on. Krona is money. No, I know it's money, but I wanna know what country. By the way, S&S, 10 bucks, thank you. Appreciate that. Trying to keep up here. I can't get everybody. S&S, 10 bucks. Thanks. And then I think I got good afternoon. Oh, it's Denmark. Okay, Denmark. Money from Denmark. Thank you. Very cool. Let's see what I see here. I'm not like looking where I'm going. Just kind of trying to watch what you guys are saying. Hey, Tina, what's going on? Tina E. High snowy day in Tennessee. Yeah, the weather certainly changed. I think you guys are still safe in Texas. 10 bucks, thank you so much. And 5 bucks from Elizabeth. We'll go back here. There's 10 bucks from the Combat Mechanic. Very cool, thanks. You guys, it's all awesome. The money, you know, is for gravestones. That's it. And I've got, we've got another one that we just started up. It's a small one for a gentleman whose mom was cremated and they can't, we're helping them get the niche, sorry, it's not a niche, it's a niche for her, and we're gonna pay for the deposit for that niche so they can lock it in. What else is going on? Just got here, Roselle. Amanda's here. Amanda, you're in the upper, you're Washington, aren't you, or Alberta? I think it was Alberta. What else? So shout out for Tina again, for those of you that came on board after we got going here. Oh, there's deer. Let's head towards the deer. I see a little herd of deer here. And then I was shouting out Thanatos. Thanks, SG, for the 10 bucks. Thanatos Archive, go check it out. I made a post yesterday with the link of his YouTube channel, Jack Mord, and his, well, the Thanatos Archive. A lot of postmortems. Memento mori. Mad about losing that cemetery. Which cemetery is that? Let's see here. Hello from UK. Man, I want to get to the UK so bad, and I definitely want to get Scotland, and if we can, see Serenity in Ireland. But I don't know, my plans are totally on hold. I was going to come this summer, but with all, we'll see how it goes, but it could be challenging. Deborah, thanks for the 10 bucks. Thank you. Old Penn Cemetery, huh? Okay. Netherlands is expensive. Yeah, I remember. I was in Amsterdam about 5 years ago, and I got to see Anne Frank's house, the you know, where she was in hiding. Oh, that is a must-see if you guys go to Amsterdam. Thank you to all the moderators. Yeah, Tina's new. Thank you, Tina. She's going to carry the ship, and we are all going to take a break and take time off while Tina does all the moderating for the next month. How's that sound, Tina? You got that covered, right? Corey Neer, hey, what's going on, buddy? What is going on? A lot of people from Arkansas. Well, you guys like the Arkansas stories, and we're going to have the Dallas stories, and then we are going to have The Bloody Benders, holy cow. So yeah, I was talking to Rhett and I was like, Rhett, I want to do Quanah Parker someday. I think he did it. And we're just chatting and then talking about Ma Barker. So it's actually going to do Ma Barker from the Barker Gang. She was up that way. I wanted to see the Daltons, pay my respects, not do an episode because it's been done over. By the way, when, oh, thanks for the 10 bucks, Happy. I think it's Happy. These episodes, Happy Mac, that have been done over and over and over. I'm not inspired to do it. Unless it's somebody that really, really, really intrigues me. I want to do more stuff off the beaten path. But man, running into, so I ended up on Drive and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna call the museum Cherryvale, the Bloody Benders. And that just opened up the doors. Hey, thank you, $50. Who is that? This stuff's scrolling by oh, it's remembering Ella. So guys, that's Nita Gould. Hi, Nita. I told everybody what you told me about thanking everybody and about the books ran out because the gang, I told you, I warned you. I said, we got a lot of passionate people here. We get into a story, people are gonna buy your book. So more books will be coming. Just be patient. The manufacturer's like jumping through the hoop for Nita Gould right now for us. So it's gonna happen. I don't even know what I was talking about. Just jumping around here. Yeah, the story of Ella was just so cool. Jacques, 10 bucks. Maureen, 5, thank you. Appreciate it. Come to Maryland. Yeah, definitely on my list. Love those 1700s. I was gonna get to Maryland on that Vermont trip. Just flat out ran out of time. There's one story I want to do really bad. I think it was Massachusetts. So that's all that stuff's around there. Linda Ball liked the book. Did any of you guys get the book? Did you receive it? I know some of you are doing Kindles on that book. Who else we got? What's going on? Daniel Boone? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I know the Daniel Boone story. I know his story. He's got quite a story. We love those. That might be one for Rhett, though. Trisha Mills, 20 bucks, thanks. Yeah, Rhett with Docs. You know, Rhett's really into that Western frontier stuff. For me, I love it as much, but I'm only going to do just a sprinkling here and there once in a while of those stories, like that Rooster Cogburn. That was kind of out of nowhere. Come to Washington State, Kelly, Kathy, sorry, Kathy Purdue. Yeah, I've got 2 stories in Washington State. I'm really excited. So far, I just gotta I'll get a couple more stories. Hey, Deborah, 3 bucks, thanks. Brazil, I would love to go. You know, I've never been to Brazil. Irish Eyes, 5 bucks. Yeah, I hope to get out there to see you guys soon. Yeah, I want to get out to, I've been to South America a lot before all this stuff hit. I've been to Colombia. I've been to Ecuador. I have been to Venezuela before it went south with Hugo Chavez, and then he's dead, thank God. Ruby, $10, thank you. Oh, let's see, where else have I been in South America? That's about it. I really want to go to Brazil. I know we got some viewers from Brazil. Any photos of the graves? I'm definitely gonna say, $10, Kathleen, thank you. So you're going to Ella's grave? I'm gonna tell you something, guys, I gotta tell you this. Of all the graveyards that I've been to, of all the stories, not that like I'm some Joe Blow that's done like a gazillion things, but I've spent the last year and a half really hitting it hard. The Davidson Cemetery, which is not related to the perpetrator, which by the way, may have hung an innocent man, we don't know. But that cemetery is eerie. It's cool, it's beautiful, but you could feel, like you could stand there, look at this. See this tree? This is very serious. This is very similar to the tree where they were probably hiding behind that tree when she came on her brother's horse, and they probably jumped up and knocked her off the horse when that whole thing started. And it is right in the corner of the cemetery, just outside the fence, the barbed wire fence, barbed wire fence. Oh my gosh, are you gonna, somebody correct me, I didn't say it right. Yeah, so gotta go to that cemetery. It's unbelievable. Because you feel, when you look in the ravine, and you see where it happened, you can see your horse going by, you can just like feel the whole deal. It's like a time machine. That was the cemetery most where I felt like I was in a time machine going back through time. What am I keeping you in suspense for? Oh, well, look ahead. I don't know if you can see the deer. I'm gonna pretend, oh, the deer are like walking towards me, stomping their foot. Is that a buck? No. I'm gonna like flank sideways by the deer. So this week coming up, I'm pretty excited for you guys to see. I got the one more Arkansas story tonight, and I got 4 stories in Dallas. 4 stories in Dallas. 4 stories in Texas, 2 stories in Dallas, then it's gonna be followed by 2 stories in Austin. Do you guys see the deer? They're like running around here. What's funny is if you don't look at them, they say, oh, he doesn't see us. But then once you look at them, then they run. So I'm like looking to the right. I'm trying not to look at them, but I'm tempted. No, they're not going anywhere. We are actually near, I'm gonna go this way. Wow, I'm gonna go right towards the deer. Lizzie, $25, very generous. I hope I didn't miss anybody. There they go. There's a whole bunch of deer here. Springfield, Missouri. Yeah, I went through Springfield on the way home. Yeah, if the video's blurry, nothing we can do. We got 5 bars, that's just streaming. Oh my gosh, guys. I see what looks like a 12 to 14 point buck. And we're gonna see if we can get a close look at him. There's a car here that wants to see him too. Hopefully they don't scare him away. Oh, there's 2 of them. Massive racks. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe what I'll do, I'll try to zoom in case they, you guys, can you see that buck? That is a biggie. Here's another one sneaking up on me. You see that guy? Look at the size of those horns. Yeah, that car, he's like just, there's a car sitting there that's checking this guy out. Well, we'll walk over there, why not? Boy, I know the deer hunters, if there are any deer hunters watching, they're like, you know what? I'm coming to that cemetery. No hunting here, guys. No hunting here, sorry. By the way, these are, this is a very old cemetery. I'm not gonna say where I'm at. Some of you probably know, don't say. I'll post it after I finish. Look at that buck. He's like looking straight at me. We're gonna hold off here. By the way, you gotta be careful when the deer are in the rut because they will be aggressive. They will attack you on occasion, and I'm not going to get any closer. Not that we're not in the rut right now. Shirley, $50, thank you. We are not in the rut. And these deer, they're very used to people. Boy, is that beautiful. Look at that. He's just staring right at us. Hopefully the picture's okay. Can you guys see? All right, so let's continue on. Let's go this way. Where are we gonna go? Where should we go? Yeah, they're not afraid of people at all. In fact, they'll eat apples out of your hand ready. Yeah, we got 1,000 on board. What's going on? Well, we're gonna rename this channel the Outdoor Channel. We got the Nature Channel, Discovery. We'll rename this place Discovery. I'm gonna try to. This guy, I want to go to the left, but he's like flanking me. And I got the other buck. Look at this guy. He's like watching me here. And then we got these guys right here. I'm just gonna walk this way. Hopefully I can squeeze through this pincer move. They're putting me in a pincer move, just like the Battle of the Bulge. All right, I'm gonna move off and leave them alone. Let the car watch. Holy cow! He is so beautiful. Look at this. That is some. Look at the size of that wreck. They are not scared. What are you doing? It's like he's like sticking his head up over the stone. Funny, there he goes. I missed somebody with the money. Hold on, let me scroll back. It is Trish Fisher for 20. Thanks, Trish. If I missed anybody, thank you, thank you, thank you. Pam Miller, they are checking you out. I know. They're wondering if I have apples. They'll eat out of your hand practically. Remember Britain? Actually they know Britain. And if it's no surprise, you probably know where I'm at. I'm at that cemetery. The Britain. This is Britain's house. I wonder if Britain, are you with us today? Oh, you can watch this on the tape. So are you guys looking? I'm gonna blast all these episodes this week. I'm gonna hit the 2 Dallas and the 2 Austin episodes this week. We're gonna close that Sunday with 9 Fly 10. Thanks, with Chris Kyle, Sunday night premiere. Really good. Got little Jimmy up, and then I think Wednesday of next week I'm gonna close out the trip with the Bloody Benders with the artifacts. Holy cow! I showed you. Well, no, I just showed the Instagram folks that the guy that owns the land gave me 2 Bender artifacts that he dug up. Really, you know, metal stuff, really cool. How cool is that? It is, Trish, it is like 30 degrees. It's not bad. I thought it was gonna be in the like upper teens, low 20s. Tina Marie, 10 bucks, thank you. All right, what else can we talk about? Did you like the deer? Yeah, the Bloody Benders was fascinating. I gotta tell you, I stood at the place where the Bloody Bender cabin was. I never thought in my life I would get to do that, something like that. Stood at the cabin. And right now it's just a flat cornfield, flat. I was picturing, you know, up on a bluff, the Bender Mounds, they call it. The Bender Mounds are there in the distance. And everywhere you look, there are artifacts. There's potter, you know, like ceramic ware, there's glass. Also saw a lot of metal. But the coolest thing that I saw, and you will see it in the episode, is there's some flatware pieces where, you know, it's the porcelain. It's the porcelain, you know, with the blue tapestry artwork, like in England, like the Franklin expedition dishes that they found underwater. It's pieces of that, and that's from Germany. Hey Vanessa, 25 bucks, thanks. 50 bucks from Maria Castro, thank you. So that is from the Benders. I held in my hand something that either Ma Bender or Katie Bender was probably serving the victims. And let me tell you this, there are, and you know, this is a really nice guy, and we really got along great. I'm gonna wait to name him before, you know, when the episode comes out. But I mean, you can Google him, but there are more bodies there. You know there are more bodies. So we're gonna be tight on that whole story. We're gonna be tight on that the whole way. In fact, we might even help, because of, you know, my expedition experience. And by the way, the Osage Trail, we couldn't see the remnants of the Osage Trail, but that is where the Osage, the main trail, right in front of the Bender house, right through that property, we saw. Wow, I was so excited to be standing in the real spot. It's like living history, time machine. Love the time machine stuff. I thought you went south. I did go south, Peggy, and I'm back. I got 9 episodes done, and they're all coming out now. I don't fool around, I'm on the move. Do you know that I drove 4,000 miles in a week? But that Ram truck is awesome. That was like cruise control. Dr. Frank, 50 bucks, thanks buddy. Are you new to the channel? I don't remember meeting you yet. Thank you, that's very generous. Very generous. Now some of these, look at this, you see the old perpetual care sign. You ever see these before? There's a number of them at the cemetery here. And you know what that means. 5 bucks, pink, thank you. In memory of the Radium Girls. Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. The Radium Girls. So I got actually an idea from a viewer. I thought we were gonna have like a really quiet day here, but as soon as I started this live, O'Hare Airport diverted all the traffic to approach control to do all their landings. Oh, look at this. Give me a quick look. Isn't that cool? A marble relief of that woman. That was her husband. See if there's anybody else. Oh, just the cross here. So the Radium Girls, let's talk about the Radium Girls real quick. You guys, have you seen that episode, my Radium Girls? So one of the main victims was from this area, and there was, if you watch the episode, you'll see over her grave, there was like a yellow gas line flag, like a warning flag. And you know, it's not gas. Somebody just put a warning flag there, I think because of the radiation. So, can you buy a Geiger counter on Amazon? I'm gonna find out. I was meant to do that this morning, but I am gonna go back there, or if any of you guys wanna go back and video yourself with a Geiger counter to see if there's any reading, I will put it on the channel. But I'm planning in spring to take like a Geiger counter. And one of the viewers suggested that, and I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. I'd love to try that. You man, and you know that I think for 500 years, the radiation still. Hey, guess what? Guess who we just happened to come across here? Just wandering. Is that Lulu Fellows? It looks like Lulu Fellows. You guys know what Lulu Fellows is? Lulu Fellows is in a box. Very similar to the Rosehill Cemetery little girl statue. I forget her name. Britton will tell you, he's the expert. O'Hare doesn't sound like you. Yeah, that's for sure. This is little Lulu Fellows. Very famous grave here. Oh man, look at that. There's a ton of money in there. Look at what people are doing. They're leaving the dollar bills. And look at this. I don't remember seeing that from they're putting it through the vent hole. They made like a coin slot. Holy cow. When I was here last time this summer, there was no money in here. This wasn't there. Look at this. This is a bank. So this is little Lulu Fellows. We've covered her before, long time ago. She died November 23rd in 1883, 16 years old. And the epitaph here says, which is really poignant and sad, many hopes lie buried here. Many hopes lie buried here, and there it is. Now there's a similar statue at Rosehill Cemetery that's, it's haunted and she comes out at night and all that, but I'm pretty sure that that's the same sculptor that did that one. Thanks, Stefan, for 20 bucks. And I think it is said, some people are saying that that statue at Graceland, not this one, is maybe not a real person, where this is a real person. Look, she's got a book. Reminds me a little bit of the little Salerno boy at Mount Carmel Cemetery. Oh, really sad story. 3 little brothers dying of disease. They're all buried there, and their pictures are there. Check that episode out. But the one at Graceland, I think, was a kind of some say it was a marketing maneuver by that sculptor to put it right in the middle of all those rich people all those graves to see if someone would hire him to make one for them. Maybe true, maybe not, don't know. Why do people put money in rockin' Robin? It's purely out of respect. If you see coins on a grave, it basically means you're just showing respect. Whether it's a penny or a quarter or a dollar, it's just paying respects. Cemetery Views is here. Great to see you. That's another channel you guys should check out, Cemetery Views. Way underrated. Dude, you should have some, I'll have to put your link in somewhere again. Should have way more subscribers, way underrated channel. I don't know how YouTube works, you know, the algorithm. We all know about the algorithm, but for me, you know, I was kind of just putzing along at the beginning, and then all of a sudden one video just went ape. I think it was the Emmett Till video. No, it was the one before that, where there was some grave robbing at Forest Home Cemetery. You know, and you cannot predict, guys, cannot predict. That episode I did on Parsons family, I had no idea. It's like gonna hit 1 million probably by next week. It's like at 800 or 900,000 right now, which by the way is already surpassed. And I'm like, why that one? I mean, it's an interesting story, but maybe it's that picture. People see the picture. Hey, thank you for the $20. Gotta look back. That's a Reggio from Batavia, Illinois. That's not too far from me. Save the money and replace the glass when needed. We'll let this jet go by. All right, so next Wednesday will be, I'll let the jet go by. Isn't that what I said? Can't stop talking. Thanks, Kimberly, for doing that. Cemetery Views, go check his channel out. Great stuff. A lot of unique gravestones. He finds really interesting stuff, old, but a lot of modern stuff too. You know, I love it that our cemetery genre just seems to be taking off. There's people all over the world that are creating new channels, and I'm all for helping all of them because we are just helping each other. I feel like this whole thing was in the closet 10 or 20 years ago, and we're coming out of the closet. Don't stop talking, Amanda says. I feel like a blabbermouth. I'm trying to look at what you guys are saying. Sometimes it's flying by so fast it's hard to see. Ron has videoed Pet Cemetery, so take a look. Yeah, I did a part 1 and a part 2 over a year ago in Hinsdale. Pictures of the pets are on there, really good ones. Thanks, Michelle, for the $5 from Oklahoma. Like I said, I just came through. Where did I come through Oklahoma? Well, I was eastern Oklahoma. I came on that toll road. Vicious Empandola. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Very, very generous. Yeah, don't say where I'm at. I see somebody just wrote it. I know you know where I'm at. That's great. But I'm trying to be anonymous. Although I really wanted to get you guys out here again today because of the snow. And it's just so beautiful here. And I thought it would be a good backdrop for our talk. Why is the statue behind glass? Mainly because it's made of marble, and marble does not do well in this climate as any of these heavy winter, and they'll melt away like as if they were made of salt. I always call them some of the, you know, that statue I showed, or that relief I showed you, those aren't even statues in the total climate. They're kind of protected and they're melted away. You can't even see the guy's face. So yeah, these climates are brutal. Now you go to Texas, you don't have to do that sort of thing. But at Texas State Cemetery, there is a general, I forget his name, that I covered, and he is under plexiglass in this cool cage gazebo house structure. You guys can probably look it up. He's the general that got ahead, was Shiloh, I think, and he got too far ahead of the troops on the charge, and he got a stray friendly fire bullet in the back of the knee, and it started hit an artery or something and filled his boot up with blood. He didn't know it. He kept going, and he died on the battlefield of from friendly fire, or he died, I think he died in the hospital tent or something. But that, I was surprised to see that was under plexiglass, because, you know, Austin, Texas, that is pretty. Okay, so here's the other thing I want to tell you guys. All right, so I did on, it's going to come out tomorrow. It's going to come out tomorrow. This is the hardest, it was the hardest episode I've ever done, and it'll probably remain the hardest episode that I will have ever done, maybe for a long time. It comes with a warning. It's going to be disturbing to some people. It's not going to have like, thanks Michelle for the $10. It's not going to have children getting killed. It's not going to have gore. It relates to grave robbing, and it's just a really bad story. But the reason I did it, there's one reason I did, said I have to do this story, because I made a major effort to put out the Crime Stopper. The people have not been caught. And I really do believe the size we're at now, we can really affect, maybe if we're lucky in getting the word out, getting some attention to this case, because it is completely forgotten. And the culprits are out there, and loose lips, as I say in the episode, sink ships. And you know how some of these murders get solved, or these crazy cases, when people brag. They just can't keep their mouth shut. Thanks, Cyber Lucy, $10. They can't keep their mouth shut. And I believe this was 20 years ago, that there's probably a ring of people who know. And it's like, are you going to go to your grave with this on your conscience? I'm hoping that somebody sees this episode that's coming out tomorrow, 2 p.m. And, you know, I'm just saying with a warning, don't watch it. If you got for the story, a weak stomach, don't watch it. Big warning. But it's kind of a public service almost, that I feel compelled to get the word out. Sheila Bach, I wish you'd do one about the Welch, Oklahoma girls. I forget, what was, maybe you wrote me about that. What was that all about? The Welch? So many stories, it's crazy. Who was the general? Are you talking about the general at the Austin, the Texas State Cemetery? I can't remember his name, it was Shiloh. No problem, Kathy Buzane. This is not bad for me. I always say, if you dress appropriately in the cold or any weather, it's no problem. People just don't, you know, they don't prepare. And if you're prepared, it's like, this is like a heat wave. Well, I don't mind the cold. I've never minded the cold. Never bothered me. Yeah, the David Stuckel story, I'm with you. I may have almost put, somebody said you should have put a warning on that. And I'm like, yeah, but I can't put a warning on everything. I mean, but that was borderline. That was a borderline, put a warning on the story. But tomorrow's, some of you guys are not going to want to watch tomorrow's, but I want to see these. I'm putting it out there because I want to see these people get caught, and they will get caught. They will get caught. Yeah, Tom, nice. General Albert Sidney Johnson. And there's an amazing marble. He's laying in state, this marble carving. Fantastic. That is one cool cemetery. If you are in Austin, and it's right downtown, it's on the university or next to the university there. But I was getting in a pretty good routine, pretty efficient. I shot, what I do is I went out there and I said, oh, I'm just gonna scope it out. I get there like midday and I'll shoot tomorrow. And then the weather's perfect and there's no wind. And I'm like, why not right now? Because I'm always pretty prepared with my story and the facts and the research before I go. And I just did both of them within 2 hours. I was back at the hotel editing. And by the way, I do all my own editing. I know Rhett Whitdocs, I'm sure you guys do. I know you do your own editing, which takes a ton of time. But I have people that, a couple of people that wrote to me that said I can do, and they're really talented, but I just will not let that go. There's a big creative aspect to editing these episodes that I really enjoy. I really enjoy it. I just won't let it go. I'll probably have to let it go on some of them someday, but I do everything myself, except the hardest part, moderating. And our friends, Kimberly and Debbie and Ashley on Facebook, and now Tina are there. Especially Debbie, I'll tell you, a lot of times, up all night, watching our back for the trolls, the evil trolls. There's always one. How about the Titanic? I did a Titanic story. Go back and look. The guy whose head was stolen, his skull. He was a Titanic, he wasn't a survivor, but they got his body. That was up in northern Wisconsin. I don't remember the name of it, but I did it this summer. You can go back under videos, scroll down, and you can see that. Cleveland, Ohio. How's Cleveland? You know we got to go back there. We've got to go back. Is it Lakeside? Lakeview? It's one of those two names. That's where the Haserot angel is. And Elliot Ness and President Garfield. I really want to tell the President Garfield story. It's a very, very fascinating. He was a very popular guy. He was a real good guy. And then he gets assassinated. Here's another one. I think we may have covered this. Did we? I've seen one similar to this monument here. Let's take a quick look. Kimberly, $50. You don't have to do that. What are you doing? Kimberly, boy, oh boy. Volunteers. Lizzie, $7. Thank you. Kimberly volunteers, and then she's throwing money. Very cool. Look at the angel face. Ooh. How's the picture, guys? Are we holding up? We got almost 1,200 people here. Wow. This could be a new record for Alive. We had our new record last week for the premiere. Look at that. $10 from Chris Kingman. Thanks. Well, there's nothing in there, guys, except squirrels. But I do love these cherub faces. George, $10. Thank you. Love those cherub faces. They're kind of haunting. What else can I babble about? What else? If you're on if you're not on our Instagram, guys, try to get on, because especially on these road trips, I pull over. Found a really cool Reggio, $10. Thanks. Really cool little cemetery that was called God's Half Acre. That was just a roadside stop, 60-second Instagram. I stopped at a bluff overlooking the valley of the Ouachita National Forest. Just real, I do that a lot in the car, or I'll just sit in the car and show you artifacts while I'm driving down the highway. Like a, you know, that's not a smart move, but I had to show you guys. Oh, thanks, Kimberly. Is that, oh, that's Instagram. Okay. Yeah, if somebody could look up that Titanic one that I did. It's a really good episode where somebody stole his skull. But that's what I'm talking about when I like doing editing. I did a little thing in there with the Titanic, and you could hear the people, or the whistle of the ship, the steam whistle, or I had the twinkling of the stars, or like Bobby Helms, the snow flying at the end. Very subtly, or my favorite. Okay, so my favorite editing video where, well, a lot of my favorite, a big part of my favorite is some of the early ones, like at Bohemian National. Thanks, Kyla U, $5, thanks. Where I did that time travel, like picture the cemetery, and then I come out, or I dissolve away. But my favorite episode to animate, because I used to be a cartoonist when I was young, so I can draw. I'm enough to be dangerous. But I had the Vermont. Is Tommy the cat still here? Tommy, that story of the vampire scare, and the Corwin brothers and Ransom, the Ransom boy. So the blacksmith shop, or the one where I did Dr. Timothy C. Clark. Remember with the looking glass where he looks up? You can look. We looked down and we saw his moss-covered skull. By the way, somebody told me they did get in there, and he is the body's covered. The skull is covered in that green, in the moss. It's like a terrarium down there. Anyway, where I did that thing where you're looking up like you or him, and then that face comes like this, you know. Or like this. I don't know where I'm looking. I probably just scared the crap out of all you guys. Sorry about that. But I love doing those, and I don't do it too much. You know, it's not like every episode, but if it fits. So we do have a little Jimmy coming. Little Jimmy's coming out on 2 or 3 of these episodes next week. Little Jimmy got a workout. I'll just put it that way. Now there's a mausoleum. There's something drawing me to this mausoleum up there. Right where the car's going by right now. Let's go check that out. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, that's fun doing that stuff. The lady blinking. Oh, yeah. See, now that was just a fun temporary thing. Some people didn't like that. You know, the 1%ers. Jana Collins, $10. Thank you. The oldest grave, Kathy Purdue, was mid-1700s. Now, I'll tell you, Serenity Sue found one that was 16. Sue, what was that date? 1621 or something? And by the way, on the channel, on Serenity Sue's channel, I think the best episode was that, what was that mausoleum where you could see the coffins peeled open, you could see the bodies. That was spooky. And that was the Irish Eyes, 1622, thanks, yeah. Irish Eyes was with her. She was gonna fall in, but he was holding her by her collar to keep her from getting sucked in there. I know, I'm just having fun with you guys. You weren't gonna fall in there. But how about that one you went into where you got the heebie-jeebies and you had to get out? I remember, yeah, it was a little bit of a paranormal maybe. This is right, W-R-I-G-H-T. Now, it doesn't look like we can really see anything. It looked pretty cool from far away. Yeah, nothing much. Nothing much there. We're actually in the area of the cemetery of some of the coolest mausoleums. So let's take a quick look and then we'll wrap it up in a little bit here. We're gonna wrap it up soon. Maybe 5 or 10 more minutes, but why not? Now, the mausoleum that we're heading to, I did the story, one of them, that is in the Egyptian Bible. Forget the guy's name, but they were like, oh, he was one of the King Tut guys with what were the guys' names? Cardarvin? Oh, I forget their names. The 2 Tut guys. Anybody know? You can Google it. Anyway, they were like, oh, he's one of those. And then he died because, you know, everybody died. Tut's curse. But I debunked it. We came out here and we researched it. We debunked it. Who's in for big snow? Ontario? Oh man, look out. Ontario, that sounds cool. I go to Ontario a lot. International Falls and Red Lake. Yeah. Let's see what we got up here. See, now Britain knows all of these, who they are and what their stories. I'm gonna do a thing with Britain. We're gonna hook up with Britain. There is a story that I'm doing with Britain that I have had on my list for about a year. The Wanderer story and the Ragged Stranger. And it turns out he's not only an expert on it, but he has access or owns the theater that they left before she was murdered. So we are gonna let him own that story. And I may do that in the next couple of weeks. Lord Cardarvin and Howard Baxter. Was his name Baxter? I remember Cardarvin. I thought the other guy's name was something else, but maybe I'm wrong. Are you sure it's Baxter? Check me on that. Somebody double check. Girl Scout murderers. Where's that, Kevin? Where's the Girl Scout murder? Oh, wait, I know that one. That's out east. And they caught the guy. He came at night. And the one girl was by herself in a tent. Or no, it was in the little cabin. No, I think it was in a tent. Anyway, I remember that story. I don't know that it's on my list. Email me if you could. Lizzie Borden, what happened to Lizzie Borden? Whoops. Pulling my glove off. I'm just gonna take my gloves off. I don't need my gloves. Lizzie Borden's sister refused to live in the, yeah, go figure. Oklahoma? Oh, that's another story. I don't think I know about that story, guys. I don't think I know about that story. Kathy says join Serenity's channel. Serenity's on fire. In County Wexford. Anyway, those of you that came on late, Ashling Murphy was murdered yesterday, so condolences from Faces of the Forgotten, all of us, America to Ireland. We gotta have their back on this one. The country's really hurting. Lost a beautiful first grade teacher, was murdered, I think yesterday or the day before, brutally on a well-used canal, running trail, walking trail. I think they call it tow trail or towpath, like T-O-E. I found that interesting. I never heard that term. You guys have all kinds of terms. What's the term cricky? I want to say cricky. I think it means either that's really cool or it means like I'm surprised. But I've heard cricky. I like that term. Or is that Aussie? Is that from you Aussies? Cricky, C-R-I-K-E-Y. I'm going to start using cricky. I'm going to tell you guys about. I'm going to say, that's cricky. I love that. But who's that from? You should check out the Hillsville Shootout. Alan Father, sin executed in Savannah, Virginia. So I am going to get to Virginia, so you may want to email me that. I don't know. I really want to get to Charleston, but it's going to depend on weather. It's going to depend on weather. Cricky, yeah, Linda says. Cricky, right? How do I donate, Tom? Scroll down. Not on this one. Any episode. All the links are there. So what does cricky mean, guys? Does it mean surprise or does it mean, oh, that's cool? Cricky. It's like cricky. The video is really cricky. Look, what does that mean? You're all saying cricky, but nobody's telling you what it means. You guys are funny. Is it an Australia thing? Oh, so my advertising firm, the president of the advertising firm I own is, well, we started together. He is from Perth, Australia. So that's something he would say. Cricky. Knock before you open the door. So here's the deal on this one. Darius Miller, I told the story. He's not one of the cursed Tut guys. I think he was a railroad guy. But when you first come here, you're like, oh, mausoleum. But really, it's behind these doors. That's where the crypts are. There's probably space for maybe 3. But look at the architecture of this. Isn't this beautiful? Cricky means gosh. Yeah. I think it means more something like to be surprised. Like, whoa. Oh, you know what I want to do with you guys? Teresa Hill, 20 bucks. Thank you. All right, we're going to stretch this out just a little longer if you guys want, because there's something cool I want to show you that we did touch on, but with the light today, it might be. Britton told me some stuff about this. So we're going to go check it out. You guys up for like 5 or 10 more minutes? Yeah, Rhett, the Girl Scout murders in Oklahoma. Got to go check that out. It means Jesus Christ. Like, Jesus Christ. Is that how you mean it? Anyway, I like, oh, WTF? Yeah, okay. All right, I got to keep that in mind. Look at that. Look at that sun. Is that a picture or what? The Dawes Mausoleum. I told the story of this guy. I told the story of this man. You guys can go find it. It's on one of those videos. Actually, it's on the Darius Miller episode. You'll see that mausoleum. Really infamous story, never really solved. Yeah, Reddy, are you going to do that? You've done some crime stuff. I think that would be a good one for you. Or I know you got a backlog of Western Frontier stuff you want to get done. And I'm all for that. Every time your video, all you guys, when your video comes up, like, oh, I got something to watch today. Because I don't watch like YouTube other stuff anymore. I just kind of look for if your guys' stuff comes up. Hey, Rebecca, thank you so much. $5. Was that $5 ago? Yeah, $5. And she said, I'm memory of my dad's Michael Alfie Watts. Oh, that's nice. Okay, we will do that. And Don for $10, thank you. History Channel. We can't use Jesus's name in vain, so we say I'm gonna fill this in for you. You say cricky. All right, let me get you guys. So here's the big pond. By the way, we don't have time for this, and I haven't shown this yet, but do you see that domed mausoleum over there? That is the Harris Mausoleum. Britton was showing me that. We'll have to look at that at some point. And in there is a spiral staircase that is just really wild. It's like, as you look in the door, it goes down to the crypts, and the crypts are down below, like, and you can see them way down there through the window. We don't have time. I'm not going to do it now. I don't want to go all the way over there because I want to show you this. We're gonna look at something really interesting that I touched on before, but I don't think we really got into it. Here's a couple more mausoleums. Jewel, thanks for the 10 bucks. Doesn't the sun look cool? Now here's another cool picture. Boy, I hope the Cecily. Isn't this a cool picture? That is like, you could do a painting. Cicely Ballingy says, there was a murder of a little girl, took place in the neighborhood in the 80s here in Georgia. She was kidnapped, killed. Her name was Mary Frances Stoner. All right, send me an email on that. And if you do that, if you could please send the Find a Grave link, because here's two things. I make an exception sometimes, but I don't like going to memorials or cenotaphs. I gotta go to the grave. However, there is one that I'm going to make an exception to, and it is rare that I do. But yeah, if you could send me the Find a Grave, because I always want to see, are they cremated? Or they have a grave? Or are their graves unknown? I mean, I don't want to bother with the story unless their body's there, you know, the grave. I don't know, that's what drives me to go there. Sean, thanks for the $10, or 10 sterling, or 10 euros. I think that means sterling. So what's it? It's euros in Ireland and a lot of other places, but in England, UK, it's still pound sterling, right? 10 bucks from someone else. Jennifer Dockery. Jennifer Dockery is in southwestern. Who's Jennifer Dockery? I can't remember. What is my email? Email is facesforgottentoday@gmail.com. Facesforgottentoday@gmail.com. If you go to any episode, all you have to do is scroll down all the links that are. Actually, you know what? I have to correct myself. The email is in the About section. So look at this. This is in the old days, okay? So this place is from horse and carriage days. They would go at the front of the cemeteries, the railroad, and the trains would come and they dropped there were coffins at the time, and then some caskets, late 1800s, and they would drop them, and there's a building that has an elevator. It's like a tall, skinny structure, and they'd lower them down, and then they would bring them, imagine, cobblestone, horse and carriage, and they would bring them right here, and this is where they would bring them into the basement. And let me flip the camera around here so you guys can see. I've always wanted to get in here. So Britton says, we might be able to get in. He's been in there, and I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to tease you, but I'm not going to tell you what's. I'm going to go. So let's. I want to take you upstairs here. This is what I want to do. So isn't this a cool chapel? This is really. So there's decent footing here. I've got by the way, you guys wondering, like, see these boots? You ever see boots like that? Those are called Danner boots. They are waterproof. I have 2 pair of these that I bought 30 years ago, Danner. I don't think you can buy those anymore. I mean, these exact boots. All right, I gotta take my time here. I can't watch the screen, I gotta watch my feet because it's a very bad footing. But we're finding some, I don't wanna do a butt slide like I did. Oh boy, this is pretty steep, hold on. Remember the butt slide I did? There we go. Where was that, in Peoria? So up here you have these skylights. Now, What does this remind you of? What movie? What old-time movie? I'm gonna see who gets this. This is absolutely reminds me of some sci-fi movie. What does this remind you of, guys? Who's into the old sci-fis? And it's a classic. It's a classic. It's a really famous movie. Anybody? Time Machine. George, right? The Morlocks. Remember the Morlocks? That's right, you guys. Right on. Now, look at this. It's all brick. I don't know if you can see in. And there's like a cage. Oh, we can't see pretty good. In the summer, I could see better. But when you look down there, so let me see if I can see over here. Hold on. There's like stuff down there, like gurneys. There are body gurneys down there. I want to see them, and I want to take you guys along. Let's look over here. The Morlocks are down there. Can you hear them? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Time Machine, man, that was a great movie. Wasn't that a great movie? Ooh, this is spooky. Look at this, guys. You want to go down there? Oh, man, I want to go down there. Look at that old brickwork on the side, huh? Won't be able to do it today. But we are at the epicenter of this cemetery. At the chapel. Should we go up there? Should I climb up? Hey, you know what? We could go right over here. I could get up on the roof. I could stand right on that point. Wouldn't that be a YouTube, really a cool thing to do on YouTube? I'll stand right up there. Ready? Just kidding. You guys, you probably, yeah, like MV was like, go, go, go. What are you, crazy? I was just testing you guys out. I was just testing you guys out. All right, so tonight's episode is from Mena, Arkansas. Hope you guys can join us at 8 p.m. Central Time tonight. I'm gonna do a little butt slide right down here, but I'm not gonna take you guys along. Just kidding. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna close it out here from Rosehill Cemetery in Chicago. Happy New Year for those of you that we haven't caught up yet. And hope to see a lot of you tonight. And this week's gonna be a huge week. Every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thanks, Daniel, $5. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, bam, bam, bam. We're gonna hit that road trip I was just on. All right, guys, so stay safe, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one very soon.